Сонечко, рада, що ти стежиш. Сподіваюсь, завтра побачимось. Hello, my dear sister. Ina is my sister. She is watching me. Hello, everyone who is watching us. Well, normal Saturday evening in our family.
Hey.
Hello, hello. Darina, you see she knows what to do. First of all, to say hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Glad to see you. Hello. Katya and Taras are playing. Hello, guys. Moisa, the cat is over there. It's a total mess in the apartment because it's Saturday and all the day long we've been at home. Almost we had just a very short walk outside because it's raining all day long and it will be the full week of raining. As you can see, I'm very well dressed, but Katya and especially Taras, they say, Mommy, I'm not cold. And I'm telling them, please put on something, it's cold. And they say, no, I'm not cold. Well, this is good. This means that they are ready for the cold winter. Happy Saturday to you guys too. Up. This is Stitch, your friend, Katya. It's good that kids are ready for the cold winter because it looks like it will be a very cold winter, at least even in Europe. Yeah, people are warned that this is going to be one of the hardest winters ever because of the war in Ukraine. And I'd like to ask you, please don't confuse. It's not because of Ukraine. It is because of Russia. It is because of Russia that started the war in Ukraine, that attacked Ukraine. There were many good and bad events this week on the front line. First of all, I'd like to say condolences to the victims of the war, to defenders and civilians, especially the mass graveyard that was revealed in the city of Izium that was recently liberated near Kharkiv. And we are all in deep shock because of atrocities that were revealed recently. Mass grave for more than 400 people. Some of them were tortured with their hands tied and so on. Maybe you've seen this image of a hand with blue and yellow ribbon. This is just awful. You can say it's the second Bucha, but it's not the second Bucha. Bucha was Bucha, Mariupol was Mariupol, Izium is Izium, and I'm afraid there will be more of atrocities revealed on the territories that are occupied by Russia now, because this is their style. You know, how much we were feeling happy when Bucha was liberated and Russians were kicked out from the suburbs of Kiev, and later we revealed the atrocities of Russians in Bucha. Now happens the same in Kharkiv region. And unfortunately, I'm afraid the same will happen on the other liberated territories of Ukraine, which means they should be liberated as soon as possible, which means that we have no right to let Russia occupy more territories. I'm in my warmest pyjama, actually. This is the pyjama of the watermelon. I'm a watermelon right now because on the contrary of my children, I do feel cold. I feel like autumn is coming. I have a little sneezing nose. You know, the watermelon is the symbol of Kherson, the city in the south of Ukraine, which is very famous for its watermelons, very tasty, very not expensive. Unfortunately, this summer we couldn't eat the local watermelons. The watermelons were stolen by Russians. But next year, I hope we will celebrate the summer with the watermelons, and you guys will come and try it yourself. The watermelons from Kherson in the free and beautiful country of Ukraine. Meanwhile, This video I wanted to dedicate to the question of the winter. Thank you for your condolences that you are sorry. I'm sorry too. Yeah, so unboxing the winter. I already showed you my warmest pajama. This is the warmest, how do I show it to you? Shoes I have for my home, which my sister gave it to me. А покажи свою ногу. Katya says, I have nothing like this. Ні, ногу покажи. And she walks barefoot. The same goes for Tarasa. You're a walrus, you don't need this. I'm joking, of course. Kids really always dress much lighter than me. I always feel cold. I'm from the south of Ukraine, where it is usually very warm. But of course I have a lot of warm clothes for them for the winter time. The mayor of Kiev, he warned that this winter will be very cold. Very beautiful, Katya, thank you. Very beautiful.
Тут написано, що Путін заборонено.
Oh, sorry. Katya says this is the portrait of Putin, and it says that Putins are forbidden. Well done. Yeah, Putins are forbidden. What was I talking about? That mayor of Kiev said this is going to be a very cold winter for Kiev. That the temperature inside of the apartment will be like 3-4 degrees Celsius lower than usually. So he asked people to prepare a lot of warm clothes, a lot of blankets, and to prepare the apartments for the hard winter time. So I've seen many of buildings nearby. They put like additional isolation system on the walls, because most of the buildings, at least in my neighborhood, they are like about 50 years old, so they are pretty old and Soviet, which means so people put the additional like walls on the walls that will help to keep the warmth inside of the apartment. Luckily, my apartment is already prepared, because otherwise it would be quite hard for me to do this, because I'm with 3 children. So my husband, he is still in the army. He will be there as long as he should be. I cannot tell you any details about this, because I'm not allowed personally by Sergei and by the rules as well. He's fine, okay? And right now he's in a relatively safe place. Well, there is no absolutely safe place in Ukraine at all, but I mean, he is not in a place where if he would be there, I would be crying like all the time, let's say. So I'm pretty calm right now for the moment. So, but you never know where the front line moves, right? So when I'm saying that being with 3 children, it would be not very easy for me to do this construction works, so I'm happy that these works are already done. What do you want? Feeding time?
The reading time.
Yeah, so for her, YouTube time is feeding time. Hey, what are you waiting for? You've been always doing this. Give it to me. This is what she's saying. I'm giving. Well, Katya?
Я тварина.
You're not writing anything to me. Are you with me, guys? Are you with me, guys? Are you here? So in this video, I wanted to tell you what we prepared for winter time. So, 3-4 Celsius less warm than last winter, it doesn't sound very scary for me. It's not a big deal to put a very warm pajama, especially if my children are walruses and they feel all okay, even if it's like pretty cool in the apartment. And I can get used to this too. But there is a big problem that Russia is a terrorist state, and as it had been forecasted, finally they have started to strike the so-called objects of critical infrastructure. They are attacking, they just want to leave people without heating, electricity, and without the water supply, which is pretty much expected, because what you should expect from Russians is the worst, and they proved it. You know, it's so ironically and symbolically that on the 9/11, you know, when we remember this awful terrorist attack in the USA, they commit their own terrorist attack, one more terrorist attack in Ukraine, and they strike the heating plant, power plant in Kharkiv, and they leave the region and thousands of people without electricity and water. So in this case, the winter can be really tough, especially for people who live in the cities, in the apartments where you do not have like the oven, you cannot, you know, burn the wood inside of your flat. So people should think about some alternatives. Well, this is the alternative number one that Katya is showing, but it's kind of alternative in case if you have the electricity at home. Guys, write something to me in the chat, because I think that the last comment that I can see belongs to Billy, who says that sadly the atrocities of the terrorists wasn't a surprise, and I absolutely agree with you. Yes, Colin said, I'm sorry, but I do not see the other comments, and we have 83 people watching me. So I'm surprised. Usually there is always something moving and you are always saying something. Okay, maybe it's my internet that is bad. Okay, let's do like this. Do you hear me like at all? Write something, guys, please. I'm listening. Oh, yes, now I can see. Now I can see. Still here. Thank you. Thank you. It was the problem on my side. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Yes, yes, now I can see. Yep, yep. Eileen, thank you. Yes, 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 we hear you. Thanks, thanks.
Я тварина.
Katya says she's an animal. Okay. Still a crocodile?
Ні, я вже сама не знаю, хто
No,
я.
she doesn't know.
Мабуть, хтось з родини котячих.
Do you have a solar power generator to help a winter? No, I do not have it, but we discuss it if it is worth to have it. Well, this works. This device is like I think it's about 15 years old. You know, a normal heating radiator that used to warm us up in many different winters, but the problem is that it needs electricity. Yes. So in case if we have electricity and it's just too cold, like for the night time, you can switch it on and you make it warm. Another thing, so this is a normal thing basically for Ukraine. Many families have it at home.
Мама, а коли ти це доробиш, то
this is
можна я
alternative.
виберу, що буде наступне?
Добре. A portable heating radiator.
А потім я виберу, що буде наступне.
Ceramic fan heater. For example, in case if I want to wash the kids in the bathroom, but it's too cold to take off their clothes, maybe I can heat the bathroom a little bit with this small portable device. As well, it takes much less of electricity, so in case if we need really to be very, very, you know, to use as less of electricity as possible, this is better. This is modern, but it's beautiful, but it needs electricity too. So this is the problem. I mean, in case if everything is all right and like they restore electricity in kind of, for example, during the day or two, yes, we have the device to help us to feel warm. What if we do not have electricity? Well, I still have a bag of coal at home that I bought in March when we were surrounded by Russians, and I thought that we are blockaded and maybe we will need to heat to cook the food, cook pigeons under the open sky the way they did it in Mariupol. So I bought the coal. I still have it at home. Obviously, I cannot use it in the flat. Like outside, winters in Ukraine, in Kiev, can be really cold. It's like last winter, there were days like minus 15, minus 20. Usually, it's like a couple of degrees below 0 Celsius. But sometimes it gets really, really cold. So if it gets minus 15, minus 20 degrees, and there is no heating, no electricity, and no water. In this case, guys, and Sergei asked me to promise this to him. So if the situation gets like really bad, I will take it and I will get out of here. We will move somewhere. Maybe to the village, to my distant relatives, to the village in Zhytomyr region from which my parents were coming from, where I had my grandmothers and grandfathers, where I still have my cousins, and yes, Katya, you can take Stitch with you in case if we relocate. Maybe we will go abroad. I don't know, but I mean, right now I'm trying to be more rational, and I understand that it doesn't make really sense to stay here if it's really minus 20 and so on. Like, recently the Kim, who is the governor of Mykolaiv. Mykolaiv is in the south of Ukraine, and it's constantly bombed by Russians, like a lot. And he recently said, finally, guys, if you have no work, no job here, please leave the city because it's dangerous. But the others, if you do something that helps the army to defend the city here, you please stay with us. My husband is in the army, and I'm just at home basically, and all of my resources go to the children. It's not even this YouTube channel, which I can do even outside of Kiev. So obviously, simply by staying here in Kiev and suffering and showing it to you on the YouTube, it's not a good reason to stay in Kiev in case if there is no heating, electricity, and water supply, right? So in this case, we will leave. But I still hope that it's all gonna be okay, and I still hope for the miracle that will be done by our Ukrainian defenders with the help of the Western weapon and our partners from all over the world, our friends, that we will win before the winter. Or at least we will reach a certain point after which it will be too obvious. It's already obvious that we are winning. For me, I was always sure that Ukraine will win, but I mean that it will be relatively safe and fine to live at home. Okay, this is done. So what is the temperature right now? Yeah, it's about 14-15 degrees Celsius. It was today. Which is warm, which is pretty warm. But it's rainy and busy and not nice. At night it's about +7 degrees Celsius, but it's getting colder. Maybe we will have, like in October, the period of time that we call Babine Lito, which means the woman's summer or the grandma's summer, which means it becomes suddenly very warm and nice and sunny, but the leaves are already yellow and red and orange and it's obviously autumn, but it's very warm and sunny. By the way, this is my favorite season. Maybe it will come soon, I hope, but later it will be nasty November, and this is the worst month because it's gonna be like +5 and raining all the time. So don't plan your visits to Kiev in November if you like to explore the city outside. And the winter time, yes, it will be about 0 most of the time, but sometimes it gets warmer, like +5, but usually 0, -5 like this. But sometimes it can reach -15, -20 degrees Celsius. Katya is helping me now. So Katya is showing, it smells so good. The next thing that we're gonna use in case if there will be no electricity for certain periods of time because of Russians that gonna hit these infrastructure objects, or maybe because our government will decide that it makes sense to turn off electricity from time to time. Guys, do you know what is this? Даринка, иди сюда. Даринка, иди сюда. Дарина, иди сюда. Тарас, ты возьми эту штуку и придешь. Sorry, guys. Do you know what is this? Rhinelander and Gonsan Mark. What's that? What's the best months to visit Ukraine? All the months apart from November. Depends on what you Indian summer. Nice. So what is this? Do you know what is this? Which smells very good.
Very good smell.
This is Darina. Darina likes the flowers. It smells like honey. Meat. No, it's not meat. It smells like honey. It has flowers. This is how you hold it. It's decorated with different roses and Ukrainian ornaments. Here you've got the sunflowers, the symbol, dagger cane. What is a dagger cane? Sugar. I have no idea. Really? I thought you would guess immediately. I know each Ukrainian would guess what it is because many people have similar, maybe not that big. Dwight, you are right. Yes. These are the candles. Katya is trying to find the later. Що, Катька, не виходить? Катька. Іди сюди, розкажи щось, я пошукаю. Oh, Katka, well done. Katya has found... two lighters. Don't ask why I have a lighter at home. So this is the candle. My wedding candles. These are the special candles. Oh my god, the last time they were lit was 15 years ago when me and Sergey got married. Тримай обережно. Тільки обережно собі відкрити вогонь. Даринка впала. These are the candles. Well, people are prepare candles for the winter. I do not prepare candles because I have these two huge candles from our wedding with Sergey. So when we had the ceremony in the church, we were given this, we were holding this. And by tradition you have to keep it at home and you light it on in the darkest hour or in the happiest hour. We are in the darkest hour for more than 200 days now. We are in the middle of the war, which is so surreal and unbelievable still. And you know, this is for the first time in 15 years when I light it on. Maybe we will light it on. Тарас, ні, ну не можна, ну ти чого? Ну, здрасте. Дарина,
Мені
чай.
повторюсь. А можна понюхати?
Можна. It's smoky. Yeah, but this is the disadvantage that this is quite smoky. Well, we will use it in case if we need it, but there is a disadvantage. You cannot just leave a candle, the open fire, yes, at night, for example. And kids are afraid of total darkness. We always have a little light somewhere, so they can, for example, go at night to the toilet. Make a video when you light them on Victory Day. Yes, I will.
Знаєш,
I will do this.
якщо вночі засвітити, то свічка може перевернутися і
Exactly.
буде пожежа. Але
Exactly.
щоб не було, в нас є.
Exactly. Kaita says that if the candle falls, it can cause the fire, which is not good, not safe. This is why I bought, without consulting with my husband, I bought this. This is for outdoor activities, and I hope we will need it for outdoor activities, not for the hard winter. But no, I was saying the same. Просто підійди від неї, більше місця, будь ласка.
Я не можу, бо я тут граюся, Дарина,
Sorry.
це сморче.
Не смолчи. Darina is eating Taras's Lego details, and he gets very angry with her. Sorry. Another interruption. Okay, Darinka, help me, please. Okay. I don't know how you're still watching this with all these technical problems. Kate, пообережно. Kate, be careful. Kate just fell down. Okay.
Ну, да, знаєш.
What I was saying that when I was packing my emergency backpacks a few days before the war has started, I was saying, hopefully I will need this for travel, not for evacuation. Well, I wasn't using the emergency backpacks because I did not evacuate myself and kids and family, but it's like the same. I hope I will need it for hiking in the Crimean mountains. Crimea has beautiful mountains where we've been hiking with my husband and friends. The last time I was visiting Crimea was in 2013, like in September, like 6 months before the Russians occupied Crimea, and I was pregnant with Kaita at that time. So Kaita visited Crimea inside of my belly. After the victory, I will take all my 3 children with my husband to Crimea for hiking, and we will use this. But meanwhile, трошки. Після включення я її заберу.
І буде в 2 години.
Ні, не
З нею спати. Хай смокче мою.
So this is the lamp that works from the with the sun battery, solar battery here. Можно как-то? Yes, Katya is demonstrating that you just, you know, put it like this. You have a bigger square, whatever. Yeah, so this is the hook. You can put it under the ceiling or where you need it. And it has a button. Let's try it. So it looks like we have some indicators. And here you are. It is loaded with the light. Ta-dam! А ну, вимкніть те світло. Обережно тільки не зачепи.
Світло
Ta-dam! And
вимкнули.
it's fabulous. Darina, you like it? You should
А
see.
там ще синім світиться
You
на
should
самому
see her
верху.
face. Darina, what is this? Oh, mommy, what the hell is that? Well, this is quite bright. We'll see what else. Кать, Тарас, не треба все світло вимикати, Дарина злякається. Будь ласка, увімкни назад в коридор.
Тут є ще синє світиться.
Okay, one more button and it is less light, less bright. One more time and it's very bright again. One more time and it's woohoo! Darina, don't be scared. It's fine. And now like this, Darina, fine, fine, fine. And now it is off. Все, Тарас, можеш включати світло.
Ой, мама!
Okay,
Мама, я
everything
хотіла
is
тобі
fine now.
сказати, що оці штучки блакитні світять.
Дарина, everything is fine, right, honey? Даринка, дивись. Лампа. Катька, забери. Ні, це забери. Оп. Світло, дивись. Даринка likes it. Like that. Wow. Okay. So it's even like a flashlight for emergency situations. Can we get you a solar-powered heater? Well, you can, but it's expensive and it's heavy. Well, what else? Даринка, чекай. Of course, I have a simple lighter too, like a flashlight. Yeah. So here is a solar panel, so it can be charged with the help of the sun, and we're gonna be okay. Зараз дам. Тихо. Okay, so we put this back, Katya.
Дай мені бульбу.
She's so demanding. This girl is so demanding. Да, що ти хочеш? Да. What is this? This costs $100. So this is quite an expensive device. And this is the power bank that is charged with the help of the sun and electricity. And it's quite big and heavy. Darina, ну куди в рота? Darina is putting everything into her mouth. Кать, що ти показуєш?
Інструкція.
Instruction. Okay, so manual that nobody is reading. Thank you, Katya. Thank you, Taras.
Інструкція.
Thank you.
Інструкція. О, новий.
How it works. This, I don't know, is it only in Ukraine that people do not read the manuals and try it like with their hands first? We have a joke, maybe this is why like Ukraine is supplied with, you know, the missiles that are supposed to hit only like tanks, but our guys hit the Russian airplanes and jets, I mean military jets with the help of the same missiles, just because they don't read the manual, and this is why they are so successful and creative. So this is a power bank, and in case if I don't have light, I will be able to charge my phone. So as far as I understand, this is a solar panel here. This is the place where you put your phone, and without the cable you can charge it. And it says it takes a week to fill it fully with the with the energy. But I mean, you can charge it first with the help of electricity, normal electricity, and then it will recharge itself constantly with the help of the sun. Not a lot of sun is coming in the autumn and winter time, and this is a problem because usually we have a lot of clouds in this season. Nobody reads instructions in Chinese. I never read manuals. Okay. And this has lighter too, I see. How do I turn it on? Like this? No. Катька, я не бачу. Katya thinks her mother is very clever and she knows where to put where to find the button. I don't see the button for... Yes, I found the button.
Світло
Here you go.
вимкнули.
Once upon a time, there was an awful monster whose name was Putin, and he decided to attack a beautiful country of Ukraine and its people. And started a very cruel war in Europe. But the people defended their country and people, and Russians fucked off. And the country was beautiful again and peaceful, and Putin died, and all the others who were supporting him and committing all the bad atrocities, bad things in Ukraine. Okay, the lighter. Like this. Like this. Emergency. Даринка, все добре. Дарина, all is fine. Вимкніть світло. No light. Happy ending. This light is just, additional interesting and beautiful option, but of course it's not the main thing. Yeah, the main thing is the energy, and I can recharge my phone with the help of this. And again, it's waterproof, so when we go hiking in Crimea with my husband and my children, we'll be using this. I will just put it on my backpack. It has such a thing where you can put a loop, like something like a ribbon, and attach it to the backpack, and you're gonna be okay. It's nice that these devices I bought, they were almost fully charged, so I could demonstrate it to you. Yeah, the flashing light is a SOS signal, and I'm happy that I have it on this device. Yes, a very useful thing. Again, I hope I will use it anywhere, not in my home, nor when we will go hiking. Darina just loves buttons, She started to push all the buttons everywhere. Yeah, she just loves it. She is fascinated by buttons. Yeah, she liked the music of the light, you see? She wants more. Some time ago, some of you wrote that sleeping bags are good. Yes, I do have 2 sleeping bags, because before we got kids, me and my husband, we loved to go hiking and camping somewhere. So we have pretty warm sleeping bags. When we were hiding in the basement in March and in February and March and April, when Russians were nearby and missiles were raining on Kiev, my children were sleeping in these sleeping bags on the floor, yes, on the carpet, like this one, and it was pretty warm. How many more would you need for everyone? Well, I think one more for me and Darina, but I wasn't thinking about really buying it. Іди на кухню поїж щось. Бутербродики. Там є плавлений сирочок з холодильником. В холодильнику плавлений такий, запакований, класний. Ідіть поїж. I said go to the kitchen and find something to eat in the fridge. I'm a bad mother. Well, by the way, it's a nice idea to buy one more sleeping bag, because Katya has a sleeping bag and she wants to be alone without Taras in her sleeping bag. Of course, Taras has a sleeping bag. Me and Darina, we didn't have it. Darinka, we need a sleeping bag. The sleeping bags are right now in the car. As well, over there, I have a big backpack with some clothes for all of us. If needed for evacuation, I'm still doing this. I'm still keeping in mind that there can be a moment when I will need to, just immediately leave everything forever. So in the car, I already have a big bag on the wheels, inside of which I have a backpack that is fully packed. Yeah, so I can pull the bag. If I can't pull it, I can put on the backpack. And inside I have their diapers for Darina. I have their medication for all, like for the most widespread situations. And the clothes, I had it before the war with the winter clothes. Then I have changed it for the summertime. There was summer clothes. Darina grows up. Я мала на увазі, щоб там виділи, будь ласка. Darina grows up very fast, so recently I refreshed the emergency backpack, and now there are some autumn clothes for me, for children. And again, I hope we will not need it like at all. Oh, Darina, give it to me, please. Даринка, дай мені, дай.
Ти розправив мама.
Дякую. Good girl. Дякую. 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 Good day.
А можна взяти ще другий плазаний?
Можна. Хліба, лаваш можете взяти. І лаваш, і хліб, да, можна їсти. What else? But you never know, if, for example, a missile hits the car and it will get burned with the documents. There I have these documents for children that you are given when your children are born with their information. I have my passport with me all the time. So in case if, we need to run, I don't know where, I don't know how, but what if the car is burned, there is no access to the car, I have light backpacks at home for me and for children. I wasn't supposed to show it to you in this video, but I think why not? We have such a nice conversation. So why not? Mama, yeah, mama. Okay, I will come back just in a second. Okay, here you go. Quite a lot of stuff, right? Лаваш, значит, хліба нема. Okay. If you have time and inspiration, why not showing this to you? I wanted to make a separate video, but I understand that I will not do this, so let me just continue talking to and showing this. So basically, ta-da! 2 backpacks for Katya and Taras. Inside of it, in a small thing, in a small pocket, they have dry and wet napkins, a sanitizer, and a little bit of food. There was supposed to be a flashlight, but somebody removed it. So I need to find it and put it back. Somebody was playing with it. Darina. Maybe this was Darina, maybe not. Darina, що ти робиш? So, and so what do we have here? Each of them has a warm fleece, how you call it? Jacket, right? It's inside of I'm missing some English words now. Inside it's like in some package in case of the rain. It will not become wet. It will stay dry. Because this is just for like the rubbish bag. And just what they have. Just the basic. Some pants. 3 socks. And how do you call it? I'm missing this simple vocabulary. Pants, t-shirt, long sleeves, and warm hockey pants. This goes for Katya, and Taras has the same, but of his. Це кому? Десь for Дарина, да? Дякую. And Taras has the same. So just basic. And of course the water. Each has a little bottle, very little bottle of the water. It's packed like this. Okay, I put everything back into the bag. Катька, іди сюди. Right. So not very much stuff in here because it is supposed to be light and some space is left inside. So покажи, як ти рюкзачок.
Не покажу.
Не покажеш?
Ти мене вже прогнала за сиром, значить я не вернусь.
Добре. Катя doesn't want to demonstrate.
Я ображен.
Вибач, будь Тарас, ти покажеш, як ти рюкзачок зваєш чи ні? Оцей. Окей, they do not want to demonstrate. We have
Бо я ображена.
Добре, йди тоді назад на кухню, ображайся, да?
Не треба було мене проганяти, я би вділа.
As well, I have prepared some small papers with the information. I will show it to you, basically. Ти принесеш? Okay, now Katya says she will bring it and show it to us. Даринка, іди назад. I know you want to eat some cat's food. She always, don't show it like this. Too much of personal information here. Like this. Okay, so here is the basic information. Name and surname of children, date of birth, the group of blood, the information about brother and sister, and telephone numbers of mother, father, and my sister, the closest relative who is with us in Kiev. So each, I will put some tape on, and I have to put it somewhere inside of the bag or on the bag or give it into the pocket. I haven't decided yet because you don't want to demonstrate it to everyone, but at the same time it should be, if not visible, then easy to find. Could not see, so please don't worry. Okay, thank you for letting me know, David. Perhaps few snacks in the backpack might help kids always get hungry. Yeah, I was showing it in the beginning. Maybe I didn't articulate it well, but there are 2 small snacks. Sweet and fulfilling for them. My heart breaks that you have to do this. Mine too. It breaks too. Honestly. My heart breaks too. Each time, but if I stop doing this, the war doesn't stop. If I just give up and lie on the sofa, which I do sometimes, the war around me doesn't stop. It keeps going on. Okay. Давай покажемо, що ще в нас є. Давай.
Що?
I think Katya is tired with all of this too. This is my working bag from Chernobyl. When I've been working as Chernobyl guy, I had it with me all the time, very comfortable because you put everything what you need. Of course, the blue and yellow ribbon on it. And this is what I'm gonna have like on me. Here. Тарас, ну, будь ласочка, ну, будь ласка. Тарас.
Тарас, ти розправив гамак.
Now you will see the real picture, guys. Yeah, you will see the real picture. You see what they are doing? Всі бачать це. Весь інтернет. Вся планета бачить. Що ви робите? Всі бачать.
Ви бачите, як Тарас...
Our passports. I will answer. Open it for you. Okay, passports. The copies of certificate about their birth. I remember how you call it. Money. Some Ukrainian money.
Всі свої гроші
Not much, but like for the walls.
Я пішла в тебе
Some
красти.
European money. Too.
Коли в тебе
Don't
буде
count
красти.
to rob me. There is not much inside here.
Що? Через тебе.
What else? Обережно, можна сильно вдаритися і поранитися. Котики. Ідіть щось солоденьке собі візьміть, який десерт, але не повертайтесь, будь ласка. Десерт, але не повертайтесь до кінця включення. Power bank. The normal power bank. Tourniquet, how you call it in English, to stop bleeding. I don't know, maybe I need 4. And it's blue, which means it's only for training, but the black ones I have sent to the regiment of my husband. So I have only this one, which is blue. And respirators. 4 respirators. In case it is very smoky or something is burning, exploding, I don't know, radiation. By the way, regarding radiation, I do have the Geiger counter. Again, it's from my work.
Таке можна.
Да, от таке можна. Тільки не заважати мені більше, добре?
Добре.
Дякую. 0.17 microsieverts per hour is right now. Даринка, іди сюди. In my apartment, which is absolutely fine. Retro Mickey is saying iodine pills. Iodine pills. Iodine pills. One for me, half a pill for kids, Katya and Taras, and a quarter of the pill for Darina. Yeah, so basically this is the old stuff, which hasn't changed much since the beginning of the war. Here I have a very small lighter too. Boom. And as well a Swiss knife. Stefan, if you're watching this, thank you for this Swiss knife, which was supposed to be with Sergei, but he gave it to me. He has a bigger knife right now. Що ти робиш? And of course here I will put my mobile phone, and of course I will take with me the GoPro camera. So basically this is the thing with which I've been filming the best of my videos, which I don't think are perfect, but I love each video that I have published, because each video that I have done was from the bottom of my heart, and it has a little part of me. And it's not all, of course, because here I have a bag, a pretty heavy and big backpack. Inside here I have the blankets, like emergency blankets. We were using them a little bit in the basement, in the bomb shelter. Well, they're not perfectly packed right now, but they are still usable. There are 4, 1 for adults and 3 for kids. And they are super cool because they really keep you warm and they are very light. So, nice. Quite a big bottle of the water, 1.5 liters, because I remember when the war has started the first day, I think I drank the first bottle like in a minute. I was feeling so dry in my throat, like I was trembling, I was like crooked, and I was drinking, and I was like, my throat was burning. This was my reaction to the stress when I realized that it's not a nightmare, it's not a dream, I'm not sleeping, and really the bombs are falling on my city, and really Russia attacked Ukraine and started the war, which is unbelievable, but it's happening. Yes, so the water. I will need a lot of water. Here, guess what? Some nice and warm, and not only warm clothes for my baby Darina with a small salt stove. Yes, and of course, so much needed diapers. Just a little bit, just a little. And this is all I have. A t-shirt, socks, and pants. A little bit.
А що ти так плачеш?
And this is for Darina. Much more, right? Much bigger. I love Darina.
Чого ти плакала?
Я казала, що бачите, що я собі зовсім трошечки.
What
What else? What else? Ой, Даринка, обережно. Food for Darina. For Darina. The cookies for Darina. Masks. I don't know why I need so many masks. And the snacks. Yeah, food for kids. This.
І формальні теж.
Язичок.
Ти хоч встиг то рожеву
Good
з'їсти?
boy.
Да. Мама,
And
але
again,
формальні теж цей
I
снек.
think I'm obsessed with wet wipes.
Мама,
Wet
але-
wipes
Мама,
and dry wipes.
ті батончики ж для мами теж.
Maybe like I will need to change a diaper for Darina, and this requires the wet wipes, this process. And again, when the war starts, kids do not stop doing their stuff. Okay, so with you, I kind of have checked some important. Do I need this? What do you think? This is the medical mask. Do you think I need it?
А я думала, вже епідемія коронавірусу закінчила.
Yeah. But evacuation doesn't change. I mean, yes, it looks like what you need for a day outside with children. So I'm preparing myself for a day outside with children, with not knowing what will come after this day outside with children, because probably I will be still somewhere outside, but where exactly and which situation, nobody knows. And lastly, some medications. These are antibiotics for kids. No, it's not antibiotics. This is for fever. Ibuflam. I was given this, by the way, by volunteers. So in March or in April. And it comes from Deutschland, from Germany.
Мені ще ті зубні пасти.
Вже в машині. So it's if you have fever or headache for all of us. What else? Chlorhexidine. This is in case if you have some itches or wounds, you can wash it and sterilize the wounds. One more lighter. Why I need one more lighter? Okay, let it be. Big batteries, more batteries for the lighter. This is from the headache, which I often have recently these days. One more for my headache. To check the temperature. Do you need it really? Will I check the temperature? Or I will feel it. The plasters for kids. This is the cream for hands for Kata because she has a very sensitive skin, and this can become a real problem if she needs this. And for the nose, because the season when kids have sneezing noses and they might need to breathe with the help of their nose, otherwise it can become a bigger problem. What if we have a bigger problem? I don't know what I'm going to do. In the car I have a much bigger bag of different medications, so this is just emergency things. And I will put one lighter here too. And as well over there I have this respirator for kids in case if they have a breathing problem like asthma. It's not really asthma, it's like obstructive syndrome we call it. Taras had it each autumn and winter and springtime in the first 5 years of his life. And last winter Darina had the same. It's like when she couldn't breathe herself and you need to apply some medications to help her
And
to breathe.
Darina is
And this happened to her just before the war had started, and when we were hiding in the bomb shelter, she had this problem, and I was doing these procedures to her just in the bomb shelter. And then later I was out of needed medications, and I remember how stressed I was when I was running around the nearby pharmacies, which all were closed, to find these medications, and there was one open, and there was very long queue. I just came there with Darina and said, I'm sorry, but my kid doesn't breathe well. I need the stuff. And all the guys in the long queue said, okay, Mama, you go and take it, and at least ask. And it was available, and I bought it. And basically, Darina, I think it took 2 or 3 more weeks when she was still breathing through this device. And later she was well and okay. And since March, she didn't experience any breathing problems at all. Healthy little
And
girl.
Putin
Darina,
has
скажи
problems.
hello.
with brain.
Yes, Putin has problems with his brain. Unfortunately, because of
What
his
is brain
problems,
doing?
now we are having problems too. Okay, now a crash test for us. Crash test. Now, in theory, everything sounds, if not perfect, but relatively fine. But later, when you are in the real situation, you understand that everything you've prepared is not really functional. Because, for example, all of this is too heavy, or it doesn't fit, or you just forget it all. I'm pretty much aware of this stuff because I have one more little bag with the keys, and so I have to remove the keys for the car and apartment and from the other little bag and put in here. Well, the stuff for the baby Darina. You know how in the army they train themselves how to dress up very quickly in a minute and be prepared for to fight. So this is how mummies in Ukraine have to be prepared to run to the bomb shelter, to the car. But in fact, it doesn't happen like this. Everything is very slow and surreal, and you're like, should I really run? Should I stay? Is it gonna be okay? Do I panic too much? What should I do? So it's not like in the movie, really. It's more like you're having a bright day, you're sitting, and then you see the missile. Yeah, like this. While you were thinking, should I? What should I do? And then you are done. You're done. Даринка, иди сюда. Okay. So baby Darina goes inside here. And I don't think that baby Darina will like it much. Darina.
Зараз дамо Дарині сядь.
Sядь, toys for Darina. There are many toys for Darina in the car. But no, I will not take toys for Darina, okay? Okay, this thing
В
then.
машині вже є когось.
I got this backpack with the most needed stuff.
Дарині не
Наша Катя тепер
хтось подарити мало. В Дарини багато букс
And
подарунок.
here we have the most needed stuff.
А це мій?
Yeah, мабуть. So,
А
and
де Стіч?
like this
Мама,
is not...
Я ж тобі його в кишеньку давала.
Ти мені наче кишень?
Дай
Okay.
мені. І все, і отак ми йдемо.
Okay, guys, are you ready to go? And we go hiking like this.
Щось моє улюблене, що якусь гонку хочу.
One thing I forgot about right now is basically the cat. As well, we have a cat. So we have a cage. It's now on the balcony. A cage, so I'm supposed to have in this hand a cage with my cat. This hand that I have for locking the doors, unlocking the doors, and so on. Yes, as well, we have such a device for our cat. I will put it just into the car because I don't think it will be applicable. So the cage is the best thing because he is like sociopath. He will be very much stressed if he is transported. Okay? Yes, and like this with the cat here, with kids over there, kids are listening to me. When I say let's go, they go. Yeah, follow me. Ходімо за мною. І вони йдуть. And they go. And we go together and we are not panicking. We are feeling like we are okay, everything is fine.
Мама, а мурахи?
В смислі мурахи? Ну, принеси мурахи.
Вони що, тут без нас?
Ти зможеш обережно їх принести?
Так, зможу.
Okay, one more thing that we need to take with us. I'm sorry, I don't... Little bag of cat food in your pack. You'll need, yes, I will need a little bag of food in my cat's food too. It's crazy. It's crazy. Why do I have so many children? Is there anyone here who has as many children as me? Like 3? In one hand Katya, in one hand Taras. Yes, this would be the best, but I mean we have a cat. Ну, Катька, можеш не нести, добре? Я розкажу просто, Кіця. Ти хочеш показати? Дай, щоб тільки не впала вона.
Треба воду долити.
Добре, зараз долиємо. Katya wants to take one more thing with her.
In ants. Ants.
My sister has 4. Wow, 4 children. One more thing that we need to take with us.
In ants. Це запаси їжі.
Ants farm and food. Katya said that she will take this with her too because these are her domestic animals.
І їжа, якщо в них закінчиться, то можна буде їм досипати. На білках, я думаю,
Are you laughing right now or are you crying? Because I don't know what to do. Should I laugh or should I cry? Believe it or not, but when we were hiding in the bomb shelter, we left our cat inside of the apartment, but it was a big like box of food and of water and everything. But we took these ants with us to the bomb shelter. And all the time while we were staying in the bomb shelter, these ants were with us. Then the mother ant, like they have, you know, their, it's like the society, and they have the queen ant, the biggest one. She died. And it was such a big tragedy, and she died when we came back home. And there were only few ants were left inside of it. But Katya kept watering, kept putting food. Like she said, till the last ant is alive, I will keep, you know, feeding them, and I will not like let them into the free world because they will not survive. And guess what happened? The new queen arrived somehow. Probably they fed one of those small things like embryons, or how you call it in the ant kingdom, and she became the queen. And now we have about 15 ants, I think, and the queen looks fine. So we will need a little bag for ants too, and Katya will carry the ants. Да, Катя? Да, неси назад, Катя. Right. Or maybe the box. You will put it back into the box because they have a big, nice wooden box, right? So we can put it into the box and into the bag, and you will take the ants. Well, what I can say is that it's pretty heavy, but it's fine, and Darina feels pretty calm and well. That means she's comfortable in this bag. This is comfortable, and this backpack. Well, the water is pretty heavy, but I think we will finish it very quickly. Okay. Geared up almost like a paratrooper. All the ants are female. Really? No, I didn't know. It's Kaita who is reading about the ants. I don't like the ants, honestly. I don't know why it makes sense to. I love cats. I don't love ants. Well, ну я не те, що їх ненавиджу, просто я не захоплююсь ними так, як Катя. Why is Katya always smell her hands? Katya always smells her hands because when the war started, she was always stressed because she understood that people were approaching her home with only one desire to kill her father, who was outside in the army, defending his country and his family, covering us with his body practically. And she was always stressed. This is why she started smelling her hands. And right now we visit a psychologist every week. And we're visiting a doctor too. And we are in the middle of some very important kind of process to help her to deal with this anxiety and stress and datas. Sure.
Ти мені роздрукуєш?
Да. I will print you coloring pages. Да, Кать. Yes, I will add the water to your cup to feed the ants. Okay, guys, a lot of things to do. I had the cat for...
В самій ворошильній фермі води налити.
Добре, добре. Зараз я допоможу. Зараз попрощаюся і долию, добре? Окей. Well, guys, I think we are together for more than an hour. На добраніч. Good night. You see? So instead of having a sad Saturday evening, thinking about my lover, my husband, I spent this difficult hour with you. It was fun, honestly. So you distressed me a lot. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting Ukraine.
Ми помовчали, коли горіла ця лампочка. Трошки.
Не знаю. Катька, скажи goodbye.
Абай.
Bye-bye.
Гудбай.
Тарас, goodbye. Чого ти, кіць? Тарас, say bye-bye.
Гудбай.
Goodbye. Окей, слава Україні, героям слава.
Слава нації, смерть ворогам.
Exactly. Даринка, say bye-bye. 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 Goodbye, guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting Ukraine. Ukraine is strong. Ukraine will win with your help. With your help. Добраніч, good night. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Мама, не долий води в